Design a Krogan, raised to imitate Shepard's Paragon or Renegade choices. Don't forget to like the video. What's up, N7 Squad? How you doing? I did not expect anything to come out this week about Mass Effect, because Mass Effect is kind of dead in the news cycle up until Legendary gets released, so there really hasn't been a lot of content, but this one was pretty interesting. So supposedly there were a lot of characters that Bioware cut when they made Mass Effect 2, and we're just gonna go through them and see what kind of characters these were, you know, just for the heck of it. Alright, let's see here. Gamerant is where it's come from. Mass Effect 2 cut characters explained. There were 12 cut characters, and it was not easy for them to choose which ones to cut. Online, several of these have drawn attention, such as the crazy QUARIAN King. Wait, what? A QUARIAN King? Okay, Mass Effect 2 cut content. Let's start them off. Okay, Cerberus Superwoman. This, yeah, that's Miranda. I can like tell that right away. This character concept will go on to become Miranda in Mass Effect 2. Yeah, she basically is a superwoman. I mean, she's not Superman or Supergirl per se. She doesn't have those powers, but she's like a superhuman person. So yeah, I guess. Cerberus Bodyguard. This character would go on to become Jacob Taylor. Notably, a lot of this concept seemed to make it in. Mass Effect 2 dialogue implies he and Miranda may have been romantic at one point, as suggested in this concept. Cool. Okay, yeah, Cerberus Bodyguard. But that's Jacob. That's basically Jacob in a nutshell. So I mean, yeah. That's nothing new either. Geth Frankenstein. This character would become Legion, but originally Legion had 3 personalities. Did he now? This would have included memory cores and collecting parts, making Legion's actual conception more up to the player than the original story. Oh no. That would have been so cool. Why did they cut that? Of course, time, you know, time and money. But that would have been so cool. Memory cores and collecting parts. You know, finding stuff to build Legion as a, like, build him. That would have been so cool. It kind of would have felt like it's your kid, like your child. But yeah, I guess. But that would have been such an interesting concept. Anyhow, Lost Hologram, an alternative concept related to Legion. This character would have been a piece of damaged Prothean hologram tech that looked like the genuine thing. I wonder though, would they have looked like the Protheans that you would have imagined in Mass Effect 1, you know, the tentacly kinds? Or would have been like the Protheans that we got in Mass Effect 3. Notably, this character would have revealed a civil rights movement in the Prothean Empire. His wish to be treated equal would have seemingly led to a source of comic relief. That's a cool thing. That would have been hilarious for some people. Here's the thing though. Bioware has really pushed the message of them being very, not very, but they are very social justice oriented. So I think they might have cut that because it might have offended some people because of how that would have provided some comic relief. As it could have been pretty silly, and in my opinion that would have been hilarious, but for some other people it just might not have been. So I think that might be why they cut that. It doesn't say why they did it, but I would imagine that's why. Would have been pretty funny though. Design a Krogan. Another alternative concept to Legion would have been a genetically engineered Krogan, raised to imitate Shepard's Paragon or Renegade choices. Damn it! God damn it, Bioware! What the hell? Parts of this concept made it into the game as grunt. Yes, but that mechanic. God damn it, Bioware! Shepard's Paragon or Renegade choices. That would have been perfect. That would have been so cool. Now that would have like definitely been like, you know, he would have been like your kid because he takes after you. I don't think Grunt does that actually. He really doesn't. But that would have been so cool, you know, having him become sort of like maybe his appearance like changes, just like Shepard's appearance changes and his behavior changes. That would have been so cool. Maybe it's just, yeah, time and money, of course, being a factor, but Bioware, seriously, that that thing you should, like, that idea, you should keep it and try to include it into the next Mass Effect, like Mass Effect 4. Just put that in there. That would have been so cool. The tank. Another concept tied to Legion would have been a tank robot. One which could be improved with credits and exploration. This tank would have impacted travels around the Citadel, may have an illegal AI, and proposed ideas, themes of slavery as Shepard owns this AI. That would have been cool. That would have been very interesting. Like, the cool thing here is that they've included things like you can build up your squad mates, like build your squad mates type of thing. And it seems like they have just completely erased that from their idea list. Like, a lot of these, like, remind me of that. Okay, so why would they, like, they could have included one of these at least. And I mean, it would have been cool, you know? There's nothing too pushy about talking about ideas and themes of slavery. That would have resonated with a lot of people, I think. So it's kind of dumb that they didn't include that. But again, time and money. Fifth time I say that, I think. Krogan War Queen. A Krogan War Queen is also mentioned in the document, although the exact concepts of this character were not shown. Could they just not? That would have been so cool. Like, a War Queen sort of would have put that, you know, this entire discussion of women not being as strong in games and women not being included enough. Like, a War Queen, that would have been cool. Like, she would, like, supposedly be like the leader of a clan or like a bundle of clans. Oh man, that's a missed opportunity if that's what they were going for there. Because of the social situation we have nowadays, I think that would have been like the best thing to keep in these ideas so far. And if you could romance her, that would be, pretty interesting. Solarian Avenger. This character would have been an assassin pursued by Captain Kirahi. Oh yeah, that was the skimpy Solarian guy, known for his hold the line speech. Okay, yeah, that one, yeah, whatever. Like, doesn't seem like that would have been a very important character to the story, I think. Cory and Rogue. This would have earned a bounty on his head while looking for information that proves the Quarian homeworld is safe now, or at the very least the Geth themselves were less of a threat to the planet. I don't understand that. What do they mean? Okay. Whatever. Cordial Smuggler. This character would have helped Shepard navigate the CDC underbelly while having a personality mix between Star Wars Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. But that sounds a lot like the guy from Mass Effect Andromeda, right? Right. Reyes. That's his name. Yeah, that would have been like him. Because I kind of saw that, what they were trying to do with him. Not that they succeeded very well, but I could see what they were going for. That was supposed to be like the smuggler who became sort of a villain in the end, but not really. But I guess didn't like him very much. I understand what they were going for. It just didn't really work for me. But that's basically what they included here. Between Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. Well, yeah, nah, he's not really though, the guy in Andromeda. Crazy Quarian King. This character would have operated like the crazy Irishman from Braveheart. Are you kidding?
If I risk my neck for you, will I get a chance to kill Englishmen?
His entry has a bit of exemplifying dialogue that has earned the character some attention online, that being, do I get to kill Geth? Yes, you get to kill Geth. Excellent!
Excellent!
Oh my god, that would have been cool. Like, like a warrior king, sort of, who hates Geth. And I mean, the fact that they included crazy in it means that he went insane at some part. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe it doesn't really do anything for the story again, but it would have been funny. Spacejacker, a female human thief, 25, tries to steal something of value but lets Shepard win. The Spacejacker would have a tendency to steal ships and have good hacking skills. Sort of sounds like Kasumi, but I can't really remember what she did. It sounds like a thief, and yeah, Kasumi was a thief, but there's not much to go on here. Fallen Paragon. This would have been a character of any race or sex in Mass Effect, having been a doctor who left a high-ranking position due to some conflict, discovered in a hive of scum and villainy. Yet another Star Wars reference. Related to Mass Effect 2. Shepard could have influenced this character down a Paragon or renegade path by right the wrong or taking revenge. Yeah, I mean, I suppose this would have been cool. This is sort of like the thing with Grunt about making him either like having your choices affect the person. But yeah, there's not enough stuff to go on here, but it just sounds like a person that could have been interesting to see, you know? Them mimicking what you're doing throughout the story. Yeah. The Mad Bomber. The Mad Bomber. During the suicide mission, this character's explosive capabilities would have come into play, but it seems it would have been dependent upon Shepard completing a specific mission to acquire a certain explosive. I don't think we had any bombers in Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 3 at all. The Mad Bomber. That would have been a different thing coming into play. Like a character in the game, who could just basically toss grenades left and right or something. The Convict, 30-year-old male human. The Convict would have been one of the worst killers in the galaxy. One Shepard would have to break out of a high-security prison. Notably, elements of the Mad Bomber and the Convict can be found in Zaid and Jack in Mass Effect. Oh, so that, yeah, okay, so the Mad Bomber was, okay, that's like Zaid. He didn't really do much, though. And then the Convict is Jack, though. Okay, yeah, I see that. It's just the Convict is basically just a woman instead. The Techno Hippie, a 45-year-old Solarian. He would have been a technologically savant with a classic stoner depiction. Ah, they missed out on that. That would have been hilarious. Why? Like all these ideas that sound a little like out of the box, that would have been really cool. That would have been like super funny. Classic stoner. Solarian Assassin. This concept was a top pick and a more developed concept from the Solarian Avenger. This character is described as similar to Inigo Montoya in The Princess Bride, with the character potentially ditching Shepard before the suicide mission in pursuit of their target. This decision would have depended on loyalty, sounding a lot like Dragon Age Origins Zevran and his potential backstab in Denerim, based on his relationship with the protagonist. I never cared much for Solarians, so I mean they're like a beloved race in Mass Effect, but I don't think they're like the top race that people love, and it's just that they're like slim lizards that are very, you know, slimy. But yeah, the concept of having a character be like Inigo Montoya, that would be pretty funny. I can never like take his lines of dialogue seriously, you know. You killed my father, prepare to die.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
That would have been kind of cool. Pretty funny. Quarian Infiltrator, a more detailed concept seemingly evolving from the Quarian Rogue. This character would have been Butch Cassidy. God damn. And the Sundance Kid in one character. This character would have been one of Mass Effect's romances. Ooh. One that would be called off if Shepard became too renegade. Interestingly enough, elements of this character would be worked into the Archangel story arc and thus worked into Mass. Yeah, okay, I think that was a pretty good idea, because Quarians, we already have one Quarian in Mass Effect 1, 2, 3 that you could romance. That was Tali, but the problem with Tali is that you couldn't see her face. So it was harder to build a strong relationship with her in theory compared to the other characters. So having another Quarian with a helmet on, even if that person or that Quarian had a different personality, I don't think that would have been working for a lot of people, considering that you already have one character with a helmet where you can't see her face. So yeah, but maybe if it was a guy, you know, if it was a Quarian guy, maybe, you know, that would have been interesting. You could have romanced either a female Quarian or a male Quarian. The Master Thief, an alternate concept to the Space Jacker. The Master Thief would have been more of a general character archetype. Yeah, whatever. So there's a lot of thievery in here. The Asari Spectre, a 400-year Asari. This Spectre would have hunted down Shepard and Omega while looking for his imposter. More details than this were not shown in the document. That sounds like something that would have been introduced during the Citadel DLC in Mass Effect 3. So, the Batarian Gearhead. Finally a Batarian. Players would have been tasked with hunting a Batarian terrorist to discover a geeky, socially awkward non-terrorist. Considering that the Batarians are like super aggressive, that would have been hilarious. His tech skills would have been extraordinary, yet this character would have seemingly wanted a peaceful, quiet life. This makes their involvement in Mass Effect 2's suicide mission a slight stretch, potentially being one reason that he was cut. Across all 4 games, there has interestingly never been a Batarian companion. Right! I mean, they're fuck ugly, so that might be it. But That would have been funny, you know? Like that's super interesting to have one of those characters. It kind of breaks the seriousness of the situation. I mean, Mass Effect has several of those moments or several characters that are like that, but not in that level, because that's kind of silly considering he comes from a like warlike race. Anyway, Fugitive Rebel, a human Solarian or Quarian character. This former rebellion leader would have been a revolutionary. Players had to hunt him down, and he has avoided all detection after a failed rebellion, and his draw, it seems, to the Mass Effect 2 suicide mission would have been his ability to get in and out of anywhere. His grand cause could have seen the character rally together a bunch of smaller factions. Again, that's not a lot of stuff to go on. Sounds like an interesting idea to like have him be like an escape artist or something, but I'm not sure how that could have been like explored further into the end game of Mass Effect 2. Mercenary, this crude and gruff tattooed soldier of fortune would have been hired as a local guide. If his loyalty was not maintained, he would have sold out Shepard to the collectors. Yeah, I mean, sure, that would have been that could have been interesting for the final mission, you know, if you didn't stay on his good side. It could be like a complete switch when maybe if you like maxed out everything except you forgot to make sure that he was loyal as the last point, and maybe if he was not loyal to you, he could possibly have sold out and made sure that you kind of lost a couple of people for the last mission, for the suicide mission. That would like be throwing a wrench into the entire thing. That would have been cool, you know. Might have frustrated a lot of people, been like, hey, what the hell? I like, there's loyalty here and there's loyalty here and everybody loves me, but this guy? Crusader, described as moody, cynical, preferring solitude, being darkly charismatic, yet sexually charged. Despite of all of this Crusader character would have been a new alien belonging to a highly religious order. Their story would have involved a siege weapon to be used in the suicide mission, with the Crusader ensuring Shepard uses it for moral purposes. Elements of this character would be found in Mass Effect 2's Thane Krios. Yeah, that sounds like Thane. But yeah, I don't think Thane had a lot to, you know, pull on for the... He didn't really have a lot of use in the suicide mission, I think. The thing is, a lot of these ideas, if they would have like put these in for Mass Effect 2, there would have been a lot of like different things could have happened during the suicide mission, which could have been really cool and interesting, because it doesn't really, from what I can remember, it doesn't really matter if you chose whoever, like you just had to have their loyalties in Mass Effect 2, like to succeed with a suicide mission. So having these different aspects of their characters, like one could possibly betray you because he's a mercenary, that would have been cool. And a Batarian that didn't want to fight, so maybe it didn't matter if you used him, or maybe he would have died no matter if you had his loyalty or not, because he's a pacifist for the suicide mission, which would have been pretty humorous. But yeah, there's different aspects here that would have made it interesting, but I can see why they cut a lot of it. The only thing that I think they could have kept would be like the Design a Krogan thing, or the Geth Frankenstein, or the Lost Hologram. Those three sound like really cool. The Lost Hologram sounds like the funniest to me. The Geth Frankenstein and Design a Krogan, that would have been really cool. And I think just for like today's day and age, the Krogan War Queen could have been a really great idea. Making sure like that people know that, hey, the leaders of the Krogan species are the queens, which we kind of know that they are in a way, because they, you know, they're so valuable because of the genophage and whatnot. But I would have liked to see that, you know. But definitely Design a Krogan and Geth Frankenstein are my favorites. That would have been so cool, you know, building your squad mate sort of, and them, you know, being your kid, or you sort of your adoptive child, and you kind of show them the ropes, and depending on what you do in the game, they become like you. Anyway, this is a cool list. I didn't imagine something like this would come out this week, at least. There might be other stuff going on right now. I'll check up on it, and thank you for watching this far. Don't forget to like the video if you like it, of course. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. Until next time.